loaf of sourdough. Hi, good morning. This is Lori from Beagles and Bobbles. I wanted to pop in here real quick and tell you about a few projects that I've been working on. It's October 13th, the day after my birthday, and I celebrated yesterday on Sunday. I had a wonderful day and just planted some plants in my garden. We ended up going to the beach and it was a beautiful sunny day, and I did take a little bit of video while we were there of me knitting. What I was working on was this cup cozy. This is called the Mainstreet by Tin Can Knits. This is an easy project. I started it just before we went to the beach, and man, holding fingering weight yarn double, it's like a DK weight yarn, it worked up so incredibly fast. And this is the grande size Starbucks cup. I worked it up in this beautiful yarn here from Blackbird Sycamore. This remaining scraps, I've been using this yarn a lot lately on some socks, which I did finish my penny socks. I don't have them down here. Maybe I'll pop in a little shot of the finished socks. I already have them on my Instagram at Beagles and Bobbles. My shorty penny socks, which I love as well. And this cup cozy I'm going to be gifting off to my sister-in-law for her birthday, which we do share the same birthday. So that was fun. Also, I did this little sewing project. I saw this happening on Instagram where people take these little quilting squares, and I have not done any quilting as of yet, but it was so fun. I got this fabric on Amazon, and it's like all these different colors that just kind of so nicely go together, and you just take little bits and cut rectangles, and then you just fold it over. So you chop off a little rectangle, and then you sew it with another little piece that's the same size, and then you sew in another piece, and it's like right sides together, and so it forms this. I did take some video showing you a little bit of that as well. This little panel, and then you cut up the sides of your fabric. You can do this on jeans or shorts or whatever, and you just sew it in. And I just thought that was just so cute. And if any of your clothes are a little bit too snug, it adds a little bit of room there because it makes them flare out a little bit. So that's an added bonus. Who couldn't use a little more room in their thigh area of their clothing? I wanted to talk about this pattern here, the Geddy Tee. I talked about it on my last video that I was working on that, but I've decided that I don't really like it very much. I was really excited about the fact that it was going to have fall colors, and I could almost picture it just like right underneath my overalls, but honestly, I'm just already feeling frumpy wearing the granny squares. And you can tell me what you think about it. If you like it or not, comment below, but I think I'm gonna be scrapping this project. It seems to work up so easily. Like, I love the concept. It's like a saddle shoulder thing going with the granny squares. It did take me a while to make these granny squares, which I'll talk about. I was just doing it wrong. She did pop in a video talking about how she does them, but for some reason I just wasn't understanding that you're going to increase the amount of stitches in between the holes to form the proper shape of these granny squares, but eventually it clicked, and then I got those finished. So you pick up, and then first you're working on the back, and then you start, and there's the back, and then you start doing a shoulder, and then you do the other shoulder, and then you're going to join in the round, and then it's just going to go down from there, and then you'll add in your neckline and your sleeves. So it seems like good construction, pretty simple. But I'm just not liking the overall finished look. I feel like I have shoulder pads on my shoulders, and the fact that it doesn't match the color of the yarn I picked. I just used yarn I had on hand. In hindsight, if I were to do this again, I would have picked colors that were more similar, like maybe a white with like a shimmer if I was going to do this. Something that would blend in more, because I honestly don't want to look like when people just see me on the street that I'm wearing shoulder pads, you know what I mean? So yeah, I decided I'm going to frog this, but you can let me know what you think in the comments. And I might save these granny squares for something, because I do think they came out pretty beautifully. And this was just some scrap fingering weight yarn that I held double to make these, which was kind of tricky to make the squares and to be holding them double, honestly, to try to get the proper lengths, because as I was going around the granny square, I had not doubled up and gathered enough of my fingering weight yarn to go around completely. So then I was trying to like add more in. So as I kept going, I realized that if I had a skein of yarn that was big enough that I could actually pull from the top and the like inside and the outside of the yarn ball, that was the easiest thing to do, instead of if I had two separate yarn balls that I was trying to like first like measure, or like one yarn ball, if you have two is fine, but if I had one yarn ball and I was trying to double them up first because I had to hold them double while I was doing the granny squares, I was just not having enough that I had taken out. So yes, if you have a big enough ball where you have an inside and outside of a ball of a skein that you could use to like double as you go, that would be ideal. Plus picking colors that were closer so you don't feel like you have shoulder pads. So yeah, I was kind of disappointed on that, but I'm feeling relieved when I decided to let it go and not continue. Now, what I am feeling excited about is I'm going to be making this crochet tank, because I am feeling the crochet right now. This is by Two of Wands, and it looks like it's so simple, straightforward pattern, and it's using this acrylic yarn from Lion Brand, which I made only 2 objects using acrylic yarn, because I kind of like, once I got full, let's see, where's the front? Once I got fully into knitting, I was like, acrylic, like who wants acrylic? But actually, I really do enjoy the durability of these objects I've made. I have a sweater, and then I also have my Tolsta tee I made in acrylic. The fact that I can just throw them in the washer and the dryer and not even worry about them felting, and they look perfect when they come out. They've sprung completely back into shape. They don't stretch out weird. I actually like the acrylic ones a lot, and the weather here in San Diego has been so hot that I can actually wear them in the warmer weather, and I do enjoy wearing them, even though it's been an extremely hot fall so far. Today is on the overcast side, which is lovely, but honestly at the beach yesterday, I was wondering if I was going to be sunburned when we left. It was that hot, so it's been in the upper 80s to 90s for a while, so I'm really looking forward to it cooling off. So yeah, I'm using the color Raisin. These are the and Moonbeam, Raisin and Moonbeam. These are the colors that were called for. This is the Color Theory yarn, and the cheapest place I found to buy it was on Amazon. And I even ended up with an extra skein of it. I need 2 and 2 for this pattern because of the prices on Amazon. I could get free shipping, and I was trying to buy it on the Lion Brand website, but they wanted to charge me shipping, which just made everything just get more expensive. So yeah, I'm excited about this Cumberland tank. So I hope you all are doing well. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying my videos. I do enjoy making them for you. And please hop on and check out some of my roll that I've taken at the beach. It's so relaxing and charming. I love knitting at the beach. I've had several videos up about me doing that. And I hope you all are taking care. Bye. really need to back up. So that's going to open like that. And then let's see this one to this one. No. She's really just going to get her claw accident or something. Okay. So now, oh man, I didn't do that right. All right, I'm going to redo that, but yeah, you get the idea. And then I'm going to sew it back under that material. And then you can put a lining on the other side. This is a handy dandy tool. Met the seam ripper and sewing. I'm gonna take out the one that I sewed in the wrong direction and then resew it. Okay, now that looks better, huh? I decided to put a little bit of fabric on the back side I had just to reinforce it and make it a little bit thicker. Now I'm just sewing the panels into the jean. You can see. Can you see it?